Gunmen posing as goat buyers shoot farmer in Manchester. Gunmen posing as goat buyers shot a 50-year-old farmer at his home in St. Paul's district in Manchester on Sunday afternoon. The farmer has since been hospitalized in serious but stable condition, the police noted. Reports are that sometime in the morning, the farmer received several phone calls from someone arranging to purchase goats. Around 1 p.m., a silver Toyota motor car drove up in his yard. Two men who alighted from the vehicle, leaving the driver, went to the farmer and told him of their intention to purchase a goat from him. The farmer walked to the pen with the men and was in the process of showing them the goats when both brandished handguns pointing at him and told him not to move. The farmer ran off and the men fired several rounds in his direction, hitting him in the upper body. The men then escaped in the waiting motor vehicle. The farmer was rushed to hospital. No motive has been established for the attack, the police stated. Westmoreland man charged after chopping woman with machete. A 38-year-old man from Westmoreland was charged with wounding with intent after he allegedly used a machete to chop a woman on Sunday. He is Garrett Reed, otherwise Kosuki, of Savannah Lamar. Reports from the Savannah Lamar police are that about 3 p.m., Reed entered the yard of a woman with whom he had an altercation, armed with a machete. During the argument, Reed used the machete to chop the woman, causing wounds to her upper body. The police were alerted and the woman was taken to hospital for treatment and was admitted in serious condition. Reed was later arrested and charged based on a witness statement. His court date is being finalized. Cyclists killed with motor car in Bagwalk. The St. Catherine North Police have launched an investigation into the death of a man along the bypass in Bagwalk, St. Catherine. He has been identified as Bernal Nelson, a 63-year-old laborer of Shenton District, St. Catherine. He was reported riding a bicycle along the roadway about 12:30 p.m. Sunday when he attempted to cross the road and was hit by a Toyota Corolla Fielder motor car. Nelson and the driver of the motor car suffered injuries. Both were taken to Lindsay Public Hospital, where Nelson died and the driver was admitted for treatment. Boat captain charged after allegedly posting intimate video of his ex on social media. A 30-year-old man from St. James has been charged with malicious communication after allegedly posting intimate videos of his ex-girlfriend on social media between March 4 and 6. He is Don Bryan, boat captain of Palmyra Palms, Providence Heights. Reports are that an intimate relationship between Bryan and a woman ended in February. However, since then, he has been allegedly stalking and threatening her. According to the report, between Monday, March 4 and Wednesday, March 6, he allegedly proceeded to post intimate videos of them to a social media platform. The woman reported the matter to the police and Bryan was taken to custody. He was formally charged on Sunday, March 24. His court date is being finalized. St. Andrews Central Police says quadruple shooting in Walton Park is believed to be a reprisal. The St. Andrews Central Police stated that the quadruple shooting in Walton Park is believed to be a reprisal incident. Head of the division, Superintendent SSP Marlon Nesbitt, told reporters that around 5:20 p.m., 4 people were on a football field when they were approached by armed men in a vehicle. The gunmen fired at the 4, then drove off. The wounded persons were taken to hospital. SSP Nesbitt said the police are following several leads to bring the perpetrators to justice.
From our information previous to that, there's an unsettled dispute between 77 lane and 83 lane. The incident yesterday was in 83 lane. So this could have been a continued attack, possibly even a reprisal from incidents that occurred much earlier this year, outside of my division, but having some connections with those young members from that general era of 83 lane. And as I said, there are daggers drawn with those from 77 lane. So we are following some leads to ascertain exactly who the men were who carried out the attack yesterday and to see how best we can bring them to justice. At this time, the condition of the 4 persons shot, 2 released from hospital and 1 still serious, but the other 2 are stable nonetheless.
Opposition urges Health Ministry to disclose details of its contract with Phoenix Partnership for Digitalization of Electronic Health Records. Opposition spokesperson on health, Dr. Alfred Dawes, is urging the Health and Wellness Ministry to provide the details of its contract with the Phoenix Partnership TPP for the digitalization of electronic health records. According to Dr. Dawes, the need for transparency has been heightened due to recent events including TPP's owner, Frank Hester, who has been embroiled in controversy following allegations of racial abuse remarks directed at the United Kingdom's Member of Parliament, Diana Abbott, whose parents are of Jamaican descent. Noting that the situation has sparked condemnation and demands for accountability in the UK, Dr. Dawes said Jamaica cannot allow its proud history of fighting against oppression to be taunted. In addition to the moral objections, Dr. Dawes also pointed to concerns surrounding the procurement process of TPP contract. He emphasized the urgent need for the ministry to address both the moral and financial aspects of this issue. He said the lack of transparency and accountability is unacceptable, especially considering the scrutiny from the international community and Jamaican taxpayers.
Now, we take this personally because Ms. Abbott has been a proud representative of Jamaica. Her parents were a part of the Windrush generation, and she has maintained her Jamaican roots. The public outcry in the UK right now, with thousands demonstrating against Mr. Hester and his company, with even calls for the Tory party to return over $10 million, maybe $15 million in donations that were made by Mr. Hester, and even calls for the National Health Service to cancel the contracts that are currently held by the Phoenix Partnership. Now, we here in Jamaica must be outraged because what has come out in recent weeks is that Lord Marland has said that Mr. Hester cannot be racist because he does lots of business with Jamaica. So Jamaicans are being used as a stamp of approval to say that this overt racist is not of that type of leaning. No, we cannot allow our proud history of resistance against oppression and discrimination in any form to be tainted by this action. The request for proposals for this contract to digitize our health records was initially $2.4 million US, yet the contract that was signed by the Phoenix Partnership was valued at $5 million. This variation of over 100% is very concerning in light of the cost overruns for the Cornwall Regional Hospital Rehabilitation Project, which has moved from $2 billion to $20 billion. And the fact that the Ministry of Health and Wellness is one of two ministries that has been fingered in the inability to account for over $1.3 trillion, more than 40% of our GDP. Now, that plus the fact that $400 million has not been properly accounted for in COVID expenditure, that variation of over 100% in this contract alone raises several eyebrows.
Government looking to tap into wells to address water woes in St. and Southeastern. In a bid to address water supply challenges faced by residents in the St. and Southeastern constituency, Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Senator Machette, has announced that his administration is to commission a study in a bid to identify wells on land held by bauxite companies in the constituency. First, we will commission a study of all the lands which are held by bauxite companies in the area to well available so that we'll be able to partner with them to ensure that we access wells as close as possible to the community, Samoda noted. The very nature of this constituency and this area is such that pumping costs are going to be very expensive, so we need to get as close to the source as it is possible. So we will commission that study. There are some wells that we're aware of and will ensure that we're able to access the productive wells. We will do this study and ensure that NWC has the information and can apply for the necessary license, he noted. He was speaking to members of the media during a recent tour of the constituency with Member of Parliament Lisa Hanna, accompanied by senior members of staff of the National Water Commission, the Water Resources Authority, and the Rural Water. Hanna expressed her appreciation to Samoda for accepting her invitation to tour the constituency to get a first-hand view of the water challenges facing the residents. She also hailed the Water Minister for the establishment of a water tank program which will be impacting some 1,000 residents. I want to use this opportunity to thank the Minister. He has put in place a water tank program. Already the assessments have been completed across 4 divisions in this constituency, and those water tanks will soon be distributed, certainly first in Bensonton and Claremont, and then Monique and Beecherstown. So we look forward to 1,000 persons receiving individual water catchment tanks for their premises, Hannah noted. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.